Hello there and welcome to the Handshake here on New Vision TV with me, Lynn Komjisha. I'm joined by Paul Busharizi. We look at what's happening in the economy. Paul, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So there's been a price war between NITA and that is the National Information Technology Authority of Uganda and UTL. Some time back, there was a directive that all government agencies should use UTL for their phone calls and internet. So what is this war about?
Well, I think talking about the background, a few weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago, the Ministry of Finance sent a directive to its departments, the ministries and departments, that they should shift their telecommunication services, voice and data, over to UTL.
Yes.
And but then NITA and the parent company, which is Information Technology Company Ministry, parent ministry, didn't like the idea. I mean, it took away business for themselves. They also run a backbone, a data backbone.
They do?
Oh yes, they do. And
as what?
Well, as a government agency in charge of this, we had a backbone that was laid, data backbone, or can you call it a fiber optic data backbone? Yeah, that was laid, that connects to all.
And they control it. Yes, they control it,
and they sell bandwidth and things like that, So they were obviously offended because government business is some of their is their biggest client.
Yeah,
I mean, government business in telecommunication and data services, I think, is estimated at about 100 billion shillings a year. So that's not small money to let go, even if you have 30% of it, 30 billion a year, and somebody takes it all away. It's not interesting.
It's not, yeah.
Yeah.
So is that what they're trying to get? I thought that there are two governments, you know.
Exactly. But I mean, but even to go further back, you have to start with why they are doing this for UTL. UTL is really, it should have been closed yesterday.
Yeah, at some point I thought it died.
Yes, you know, it is so much in debt. It's been mismanaged. It's been what? So I think government somehow is trying to salvage UTL, and this is the way they see of doing it. But they've found obviously resistance from within themselves to this project.
What does this mean for us?
Well, first of all, interestingly, you talk about the price war, which we started with, is that NITA has reduced its cost of data to
70, I think, $70
to ministries and government departments to about $70 a megabyte. Previously, I think it was 190.
Yeah.
So they've more than halved it, which is interesting. So UTL is a bit higher.
Okay.
It's a bit higher, so they've kind of tried to undercut UTL. But for the rest of us, I imagine, I would like to imagine if NITA decides to sell bandwidth at this rate as well, the rest of us might also be beneficiaries. Our providers might be forced also to go one way or another. It's interesting, however, to know whether NITA is actually making money at $70 a megabit. If it's not, then you know it's also kind of unfair competition, because essentially they would be relying on government to cover their losses. I'm thinking
by the time they cut it, save for the fact that they were trying to, you know, beat their competitors, I think they do. They probably gain something.
I hope so, but I'd be quite impressed if they are, because so why were you charging $190 a megabyte before? What was going on? You were making abnormal profits? What was going on?
You know, it's something they should ask themselves.
So it's, but in the event, like for example, they're making money and they can sustain this rate.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think the whole industry can just go untouched.
True.
I mean, for starters, okay, NITA in itself might be able to sell bandwidth to other people, independent operators, who then again might outcompete the private, established players.
Yeah.
And then prices start there.
Wow. I think it's a stepping stone for us.
No, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it's very urgent in this day and age that we have reliable, cheap, fast internet connectivity. That's not only for WhatsApp and Facebook and what. There's a lot of information that goes down this thing. It eases the business flow of business. Now we are all our banks. We're connected to our banks via the internet. We transact stuff over the internet, financial things. We even now call over the internet. So the better, the faster, the more reliable, the better. And if NITA can provide that, or can force the market to provide it at a cheaper, better, faster rate, we'll all be good. It'll all be good for us.
Interesting. A friend of mine was saying they had gone to South Africa and they were like, I'm going back to a land of slow internet, and well, they're coming back to Uganda. So we hope with all that, it can, create something new for us. We need fast, cheap, and reliable internet. We really do as a country.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome.